So once you have got your run chain happy, and you have put the controller into teach mode, you should be able to go to the robot pendant, hold in the dead man switch, and you're going to see motors on, and then you should be able to jog the robot. In virtual, you can't physically see the manipulator move, right? Unless you launch this online monitor feature. And we select which robot we have. There's two variants. We have this one. And now we can visualize what our robot's doing. And this should be representative of what the real robot is actually doing, assuming you're connected to it. So now we can come over here. We've enabled the Teach Pendant, and there's a nice little screen here called the Jogging screen. And this shows you your jogging robot 1, and there's different modes to jog this robot. Right now it's in axis 1 through 3. And this is our joystick. And if we come back over to the pendant, this image of the joystick in real life, you can take this joystick and jog it in 3 primary directions. 1 is left to right, 2 is up and down, and 3 is you twist this joystick and it'll allow you to move differently. And what this jogging screen does is, 1, it tells you that you're in 1 to 3 modes. You're jogging axis 1 to 3, and it shows you the position of the axes. So if we go ahead, and it also shows you what joystick direction is going to do what. So if we come over here, you can see that if we go left, we should be going positive on axis 1. And over here, yep, we're going positive. So opposite, we go with negative. Same thing with axis 2. If we hold it down, we're going to bend around axis 2, go up. And finally, for 3, that twisting motion does axis 3. If you're not familiar with how robot joints are labeled, it goes from the bottom up is 1. So right here, this rotation spinning around here is axis 1. Spinning around axis 2, it'd be this point right here. Spinning around axis 3, axis 3 is right here. Now, if there's 6 joints total, so if we want to switch over, we have 2 methods of doing it. We can come over here and click on axis 4 through 6 and hit OK. And now we're in 4 to 6. Now our joysticks, now we can see this rotation around the shaft is for 4. So we can go positive and see that that spins. We can go on axis 5, which is right here at the wrist. And axis 6 is the spinning of the face point. Notice as we hit this button, transition from 1 to 2, or 1 through 3 to 4 to 6. Over here you can also see your jogging mode. So you don't necessarily have to come to the jogging screen. Boom, boom. You also can switch it right here. You see this 1 to 2, you can click on this button and it'll switch you between 4 and 6 to 1 and 3 just by hitting this button. So that's another easy way to go ahead and change your motion mode. So we've jogged this robot joint-wise, but now we want to jog this robot linear-wise, because if we want to go up and down in a straight line, it's really painful to do that just by controlling the joints. So we can come over here and switch it into linear mode, and it's going to take the active tool, which in this case, there's no tool, so it's just going to jog this faceplate, this point right here, linearly up and down. And just as we did before, you can look at this jogging screen and see the direction. So positive, luckily in the virtual environment, we can see the world X and the Y and the Z. So we can see that we're going to jog. If we want to go positive in the X, we got to pull it down to us. And now it's going to follow the X-axis. X is that way. X. If we want to do the Y, Y. And if we want to do Z, up and down. Up and down. Notice that as we switch between joint motion, right here, where we can see our axes value, if we switch over to this, we're jogging in Cartesian coordinates, so we can see our x, y, and z, and our rotations. So we can visualize all that information on the jogging screen.